know that my life itself is stronger than the terror of my existence. Sometimes you can hear in the silence of the night something like the rhythm of music made by machine guns. Tonight, they are pounding us without any particular target. The explosions are thundering from everywhere. I'm lying in my bed, in my corner, and I'm trembling like a swallow under the eaves in a downpour. In this darkness, I can feel so clearly their intention to kill. This intention is so direct, so vulgar, and so simple at the same time. This is the real pornography. Sometimes nights are so quiet, so dark. I feel as if I'm in a grave. Sometimes I wake in the middle of the night and wonder, am I dead? Or am I alive? I have been working every day during this time of blockade, doing a lot of drawings, photographs, paintings, with no idea what for, with no reason. To save my mind, to find sense in this chaos, to have proof of my presence in hell, to say, yes, I was there. We are living in the basement of the Drama Academy in our theater. We try to figure out how much wood is left in storage, to remember which play had the most wood in its sets. This morning we took apart flats from the set of the Bold Soprano. The set was brand new, not even finished. But today it went into our stove, to cook with it, to boil water for drinking. Srdjan and I laughed, remembering all the efforts of the director and carpenter who built the set, who will never be paid, and all the stress and argument just before opening. First we stripped the red fabric off the bars. Mira has already sewn a sandbag out of that fabric, the most beautiful and expensive sandbag in town. The wood was bad quality. It burned fast and easily. Here we are, starting from the very beginning, from fire. I don't know what it would be like to wake up without Edo. He's the kind of kid who is happy the minute he opens his eyes. While we huddle in our blankets trying to hold on to one more minute of sleep, Edo is already jumping from bed to bed. You are okay if you know a song. His favorite song is one about a bunny and a frozen stream. We make up new endings because the real ending with a crying bunny is too much for Edo. I have such a strong feeling how the human body is very, very soft, very unprotected. I remembered my friend saying that she feels the passing of time only by the growth of her nails. am even more skilled. I am a living clock. As I lie down, I can feel time passing. I'm able to divide each single second. Minutes are passing, then hours, then the day passes, and another night falls. But my memory betrays me. I can't remember what day it is. I'm not even sure what month it is anymore. I'm sure that the year is 1992 or 91. The earth is pulling me towards itself. Tonight, that strength is so powerful. Each one of my bones hurts. But I'm still alive. I'm observing how I'm changing. Now I seem like a larva metamorphosing, hidden in its cocoon. And I know I'll wake up as something new. Tonight, the father is talking to his son about his friends who are still in the occupied part of the city. He's describing different girls and boys, saying their names, asking, "Do you remember? Edo, do you remember our park? Do you remember the time when we were not afraid and we were playing in our garden? Do you remember when you went to the zoo with me last spring? Do you remember the amusement rides? We are all in this alone. We are sitting around the table all together, but everyone is with himself. Nevertheless, we are finding each other in simple things. I recognize them by their fear, the same as mine, and by their same cramped smiles. It looks to me like things abandoned us a long time ago, and now they are gaping at us with their uselessness. Objects, betrayers. How easily and quickly they abandoned us. The water for washing the dishes is still so cold, my hands ache. I'm afraid of illness in my joints. My hands are already swollen and chapped. The men find excuses to avoid this obligation, like they would use too much water. Today, our neighbor came by to teach us how to conserve water by washing dishes with dirt. It's true, soil is not dirty, but clean. I'm repeatedly consoled by remembering that everything is so simple. There are two strong feelings in this time of siege. One is to make a fight for surviving, and the other is to die. There is nothing in between. Except a strange new sense of fate. Some people have stopped running to avoid sniper fire. They just walk through the streets as if it has already been decided whether they will live or die. They say, fate will go about its business, and I will go about mine. I am afraid especially of mortar shells. I told my friends, if it happens, don't save me. Leave me to die. Others gave the same instructions to us. The wound of a mortar shell is usually fatal. The dead are buried in playgrounds, between seesaws and slides. The ancient curse rings in my ears. May you have an exciting life. We often fantasize about food. Fresh vegetables, burek, a juicy orange, chocolate cake with whipped cream and fresh strawberries. On television they show advertisements with tables of food, swimming pools, happy people. A voice says, now all these things are beyond your reach. Don't wait for help from anyone, because it isn't coming. We must separate ourselves as soon as possible. It appears that our beach parquet floor is the finest quality. It burns slowly. You can cook a meal with 3 pieces. Last week, my neighbor Mustafa was very upset. He told me that when a mortar shell fell and killed 2 kids in the schoolyard, his sweet little yellow kittens were lapping up puddles of blood. He said that he could never pet them again. Someone told me that he saw Mustafa's death notice on the entrance of his building. Who knows when exactly and how he died? I won't even try to find out, because it doesn't make any sense these days. It's a horrible sound. Falling apart, tearing, breaking, cutting. It crushes stone. It crushes soil and the grass with it. It rips metal. It shatters glass. It mangles bone. It gouges flesh. And everything flies up for an instant. Then a sound of falling down. Falling down lasts longer. Falling soil, falling bricks, falling beams, falling stones, falling everything which was for an instant raised in the air. I am in touch with primitive feelings. Sometimes I feel close to the edge. I lose my sense of life and my mind. I'm crazy with fear. I know now that I am able to kill. This horrifies me. Sometimes I'm using all my creative force, imagining how shall I kill them. Can I create a special weapon to kill them? I think my body will betray me. Maybe I will never wake up again. Life is so sad these last months. Maybe my heart will just stop, trying to escape from this effort. I'm exhausting it with fear. I'm killing it with sadness. I hear the first drop of rain. It's raining. It's raining harder. I calculate the time necessary for the rain to clean the roofs. Beds start to creak. Everyone is waking up without complaint, and suddenly there is a huge crowd, opening and closing the doors, banging buckets and pans, talking. Everyone is awake. Adis runs in completely wet. He says, "We have enough water for the next 3 days." Last night, Bila visited us. On her face was a huge scar. Black overcoat draped over her left shoulder. Right hand on the table. Beautiful hand. After the amputation of her arm, she said she wished she had died in the same place where the lifeless bodies of her father and her dog lay. She said she survived thanks to her dog. When that grenade fell, she was carrying him in her arms. The shrapnel that flew towards her breast ended up in his little body. We talked of our friends who died in attacks and friends who have died in suicide. I read from my journal about Selma. Death visited us stealthily today. What a mistake. Her hand was quick to put a rope over the pipe. How many seconds for her head to pass through the noose? Such a terrible feeling of all-embracing loss. How could I ever have thought that this could not happen among us? Were I only able to tell her, now when it's so easy to die, life is so precious, every kind of life. I wish I could postpone her departure. I wish I could tell her that the sun is still shining and that people are still running over the bridge, like yesterday and the day before. But in vain. There are no eyes. There are no ears. The last battery of a human being is the spirit and the brain. My physical needs are very few. I know that my life itself is stronger than the terror of my existence. Surgeons told me that he likes the city this way, with no trees, that it matches how he feels. There is a joke that goes around the city these days. When the war is over, I would like to be able to run my hands through my hair and scratch both my feet. I had a dream last night. I'm running through a park and I have some threads in my hands. The threads are pulling me, and I'm pulling kites with those threads, and they're flying high, very high, and the wind is blowing. And I'm afraid that it will rip them away. Somehow I pull them closer, but I still can't touch them with my hand. The threads are tangled and dangerously taut, and I think they will not endure. I raise my eyes towards the sky, and I watch my kites. And I'm sad and afraid with the discovery that all my kites are made of black silk. And I'm still in my dream as I tell myself, one releases black kites into the sky when one's beloved have died. I try to seduce my heart with the promise of future life. Everything will be good. Everything will be beautiful. All this will pass. Life is beautiful. I will bear a child. Maybe there is still time for that. The silence and the darkness. The weight of 5 blankets. And the wind starts to blow through the empty building. I hear the breaking of what's left of the window glass, the slamming of doors. Something like creaking or whining. Something like footsteps running. Then something like a huge bird opening and closing its wings. And then again the silence and the darkness and the weight of 5 blankets.
Plače mali zeko za potočićem tim, gdje je kud je potočić, on žali srcem svim. I plače mali zeko za potočićem tim, gdje je kud je potočić, on žali srcem svim.